Okay, so back to my story on gangstalking, or what it means to me, or my definition. Like, I have my own definition because I don't know. I just don't agree with everything I read. You know what I mean? Like, if I just can't find a right word. What I've been looking online, I can't find any, like, library don't have anything on this topic, so you have to go to the bookstore. Bookstore, you have to specially order it because it's not in your local. Like, you know, they hold the most popular, what's gonna sell, like, what's, you know, a lot of people, the stuff a lot of people are gonna buy. This topic, you know, you can order it online from the bookstore, but it's not gonna be there. Unless you have a really, really, really big bookstore. Like, not all big stores are big, they have really, really big ones too. Still, you have to order it online. So they do have books on this issue. They do have libraries that you could specially order it from, but it's usually you have to get it from a specialty library. An example is like really, really big library. Not your local city. There's okay, I can't explain. Like in major cities and stuff, they'll have libraries that are bigger than in other cities and stuff. And they might have a book or two and stuff like that, but not usually locally. Not usually in your local library. So just whatever. I don't understand. Anyway, so finding information on this topic is really, really hard. Not that it's important. I guess with me, I'm very focused on it in the sense that it's kind of it's not really healthy to focus on the negatives in life, so I'm not in any way recommending it. But this is in my head. This has just kind of been a focus on my life and you know what's going on and stuff like that. So you know, I'm not recommending you to if focusing on what's happy in life makes you feel better, then that's what you should do because that's the purpose of life, you know, is to be happy. Listening to my story will not make you happy. What you know, so if you know if that's your goal or objective, you know, then you know you might need a different video or person to be listening to because my stuff's not solution oriented. If I ever create videos that are solution oriented, I will remind you or tell you. I'm not sure if that's a goal for the near future. Currently, because, you know, my life, nothing good has really happened currently. So it's going to focus more on the fact how I feel currently and the issues that interest me. Oh, sorry, my name is Heaven George, and I'm from Orleans, California. I always state my name and city. That's my new thing. I'm trying to do that is because I'm hoping if someone is, you know, locally in this area, that they could contact me through the messaging system or something. But just to see their situation, or if anyone, you know, has information of who did this to me or something like that, that they can email me or something. I have my contact information online, so that's the reason why I try to remind people who I am for every video, because you don't see that with a lot of these YouTubers. You don't see them put their like name or information for every video and stuff because they don't care, and who cares what my name is or who cares what city it doesn't matter. In most cases, it doesn't matter. But for me, just in case. That's why I'm going to keep doing that for all my videos. I'm going to make sure I say it within. I was supposed to say the first thing I said, but I did it from the first few minutes. It was a little bit error. But anyways, they do have groups. Like, I think they do have groups in Los Angeles. I've seen, they do in a few. Now, the reason why I'm not into group, I like one-on-one. I don't want to be in a group. Second of all, I don't agree with some of this stuff. I don't agree with the gang. The problem with gang stalking and me is I don't agree with all. I understand, yes, people are talking about I have my own opinions to what I read in the book. In the sense, okay, this is a government did not write these books. You remember these gang stalking stuff you see on the internet? The government does not approve of any these websites that we're reading. It's like conspiracy theory or whatever. Like it's considered. Like, if you ever said this, it sounds crazy, so it doesn't, none of this stuff is, legally proven to be true, for me, or, stuff like that. So, that's why I have my own opinions. I don't agree with everything I see online. I create my own. But they have a lot of information that's somewhat, accurate, and stuff. You definitely can learn from what they have. It's just like I said, I don't agree with everything on there. Cause I don't know, I don't feel like gang stalking is even the correct word. I feel like I should create my own word. I don't know. I haven't been able to find anything online to describe exactly what I'm going through. I still can't find like a perfect word, and so that's the closest that I could get. But it's not a perfect word. Like okay, like with my mental disorder, I know 2 or 3 possible diagnoses, but I don't agree, with some of it, and it's possible. It's just I'm not going to get into that. That is more direct. That is more clear, and it's more obvious. Not always for everyone, because some people, they have mixture or they have combination of diseases. I definitely have combination. Like, I don't have one mental disorder. I have multiple. I can see, but obviously, as a psychiatrist or healthcare provider, they have to focus which one is the worst, and then they got to, and so that's another topic I don't want to get into, but they have to. You have to. Usually in anything in life, in your life, if you ever have a problem, you have to figure the worst. You got to fix the worst first, and then you work your way down on the list to moderate, and then the smaller problem you do. Of course, you want to fix everything. That's number one. But like in life, you have to go in the order, to function and thrive in society. So you gotta go back. You gotta go like what's yeah. So yeah. It's all it's just better to have it. It'd be nice to have life perfect, but it's not. So you gotta you gotta figure the biggest issue, and then the more normal moderate issue, and then you go to the smaller. You gotta go in that order. Anyways, so for my gang stalking situation, the people doing this to me, this is. Anyways, so just my feelings on gang stalking, what it is. Did I spell my name? My name is Heaven George. I'm from California. Did I say that? Now back to, the voice school and people's imaginations of what these conditions are. Why I don't go to the group, this stuff, again, it goes back to, they talk a lot about electronic harassment, the voices school stuff. That's why I'm not into those groups, is that they will focus more on very few people doing the harassment. So basically, the way the internet articles, from what I've been reading, is set up is they're saying like very few people would do what these community members are doing. Now, gossip, totally different topic, is that they don't really focus on the social, psychological, emotional aspect of this situation. They focus more on stalking and law breaking and the criminal or bugging, which is, placing spy equipment in your home or car without your permission. Things of that nature, breaking and entering, trespassing stuff. Things they don't even prove, but they've claimed, I don't know, that they believe that this is a possibility or what is going on in their life. So that's usually what, if you went to these group meetings for gang stalking. So that's the only help you're going to get, though. If you claim you're a gang stalking victim, those are the only people that will support your idea and say that what you're saying is true. They'll be like, hey, I believe you, but it's not really one-on-one therapy or anything. But I guess if you paid them a lot of money, they probably would give you individual attention, but it's not a real therapy. It's not psychology. It's just a bunch of people grouped up together who claim they have a problem. There may be a fee, or they may not be. I'm not exactly sure. Alright, so anyways, I think it's free, but I'm not sure. I already know. Like, I live in Redlands, the Los Angeles area. If I really wanted to go, I could go, but I don't, because there's one in San Diego. They have a few here and there around the country. They don't have that many. From what I saw online, they're located only in major cities because, like I said, with targeted individuals, there's very few of them. And then online, they have a ton of stuff for if you wanted a group or blog, or if you wanted to talk to someone with the same condition, you could find a ton of people online with that type of specific situation if you're into the whole finger chatting and stuff. The phone, I'm not sure, as if I get to see my friends enough to do phone or Skyping. But I know the chatting room with the internet stuff, they have a bunch of those for target individuals. In terms of like group one-on-one, they don't really have that much stuff. It, they do have one for me. They do have one locally. I just said it's in Los Angeles. That's still pretty far. But I mean, if I was really desperate and I needed someone, I guess I could go there. But I don't. No, isn't it Hesperia or is it Upland? I'm not gonna put the information of who it is. Like, I could give you the website right now if I wanted. It would just take me like about 10-15 minutes to validate that it's real information and stuff like that. I just don't want to give information because obviously you're located in so many different areas. You could, I don't know if I'd really be helpful to you or not. I don't know if I could help you or not with your issues and stuff like that. Being a victim, it's just like getting help for this is really hard because if you go to any help source, they have a right to tell you that you're making it up. So get back to the voice skull electronic harassment stuff. The voice hearing or the stuff that people are claiming that they're hearing or whatever, I think that's more so. I'm not gonna say mental illness, and I don't want to I'm not here to try to make fun of you. If that's what you believe, you never know. It could be true. Anything's possible. I'm not here to bash people or make them feel as if it's not true about these electronic harassment or microwave. Because there was the microwave. The microwave, they feel like it burns your skin. No, the skin is there, so your skin is there. No physical, or there's no visible damage to your skin, but that it's like a heat, like a microwave, like it heats you, kind of like the sun. The sun can burn you over time. In small doses, it doesn't do anything to you, but the sun, long term. So then there's these people. I think that's already been invented. So there's some weird stuff that people have invented, but it's like black market. You can't really sell it or something like that. Like black market means illegal. Like it's not legal to sell. And obviously, what is legal in one country may not be legal in another. Examples with medicine. Like it can be approved in certain countries, but not approved in others. In America, the federal example, we have the FDA, Federal Drug Administration. So if a drug is approved here, there are some countries they make it not legal because they don't agree with how they don't believe the medicine has been out long enough. Example, if you look at the way the medication industry, they will sometimes only test the medication. Literally, a lot of psychiatric medicines they test it for 1 year. But I'm not joking. And then they will give it to the general public after that. That's why you'll see sometimes lawsuits and stuff, but it's usually on rare occasions and stuff. It's not really bad. But you see lawsuit because a lot of this stuff is not tested for long. The lawsuit stuff is another explanation in that most people you're not gonna get whatever side effect that you see that the lawsuit stuff they're really dangerous. Well, you'll be alive with in most cases whatever medications they give you. I don't know about past parts of human history, but I know now what the way medicines are now. Back in the old days, I mean, you pretty much just died of your diseases, depending how far back in human history we're talking about. So it's more in the modern history that you have a chance for whatever your conditions are. But, is it black market? So black market means it's not legal or something like that. You said black. Yeah, every country you get to legalize, drugs. There's a few countries that have, they just recently in the marijuana thing, I think it's Washington and Colorado. Then actually there's countries that legalize drugs. Not all countries legalize illegal drugs, but some do. I forgot, there was this European country that does, and then there's another Belize or some weird South American country that did. I don't know the names, it's very few, but so, okay, but back to black market. They just what you're allowed to sell, what you're not allowed to sell, stuff like that. Or the price. The other one is you require to sell it at a certain price or something like that, or through. I don't know. Some people they steal it from another country and then they sell it somewhere else. You have to have a license. You have to have your own business that with the government. You can't just get it from a gangster or something and then sell. This is why you can't buy stuff from. Criminals. It's dangerous. You're not supposed to do that because you don't know where they got it from, basically. So that's why you have to buy stuff from a store. You can buy stuff from people actually, if used and it's bad. I don't know. That's a long explanation. I don't into, but it depends on how the situation is. It's not a good idea. You got to know the person who you're getting it from. Otherwise, you need to go to the store. You go one or the other. Anyways, what was I gonna say about the black market? Oh, like bomb. Bomb is not legal in any country to sell. So if you wanted to make a bomb, you'd have to go on the internet. You can learn to make a bomb on the internet. They do have a lot of bad stuff on the internet. If you wanted to learn that, how do you think those computer hacker? How do you think they learn how to computer hack? If you go on the internet long enough, you can learn how to break into people's computer. Like you can learn it on the internet by it's not legal because there are bad websites that are not legal that are actually online. And if you can learn bad stuff basically. Um, yes, but I think you just get fireworks and electric. I don't know. You just like heat it up and you just blow it. I have no clue how they do it. There's probably more to it than that. There's also the government stuff versus what you make. Like the one you make is not like it's not gonna really be that big versus what you would the government would know because it's secret. They don't show you the ingredients online. They would not tell you. It's like one of those things. So that's with black. So back to the microwave weapon. That's just a random fact that I thought was of interest. Even with guns, not all types of guns are legalized. They have certain types that are allowed and certain types that are not. Though most of them are. Most of them are. Well, then there's also your mental health status and things that because if you are mentally ill, you're not allowed to use a weapon. You're not allowed to have a gun. You can actually go to jail for that. Depends on what your mental disorder is. Also, if you were recently sent to a psychiatric hospital, there's certain jobs you're not allowed to have if you have certain mental disorders like that. So again, it depends. Most cases, most mentally ill people are allowed to have guns if you want. You have to just pay for it, and you have to be an adult. And yeah, but it depends. There's certain type. If you just came from a psychiatric hospital, then no, the 5150 or certain criminals are not allowed to either, but I would say most of them probably are not in the prison. That's a long explanation. I want to get into gun rights. Gun rights is totally topic. But the microwave weapons is. I understand why people might feel that they have microwave weapons because there's noise harassment. They do a lot of stuff to where your brain starts getting confused, to where you will be like vulnerable and you'll start believing in conspiracy theories or things that are clearly not true because people have damaged, like they harass you so badly, you start thinking that what they're doing is real and it's not, it's just, it's just harassment and stuff like that. So, what was I going to say about microwave hearing? Or the microwave, the radiation stuff, and the burning of the skin. What I've learned, the reason I googled the whole microwave electrical weapon thing is because I was a victim to this. I was not exactly a victim. What they do is they get really close to your body, and they do hand motions where they don't actually touch you, but they do a lot of these signals and a lot of the noise harassment. Like they'll bang the walls really a lot of times where your ears are in extreme pain. Like I can't explain it. If your eyes could cry, like your ears would want to cry. Like it's really that bad to where they bang the wall so many times. For me, they also it's all a reminder that I'm fat. So they do a lot of code terms with the gesture. It's just psychological stuff that legally could never be proven, from my understanding, and there's no law against it. It's just a code term that you're being watched. So anybody that does the noise harassment, the other thing, the noise harassment, and then the hand signals, and the verbal assaults and things, all this stuff can be coded in that they'll do different types of hand signals or different types of movements at different periods of time to like sensitize you to make you feel as if they're talking about you. They're sending like a code term and things. So I understand why some people believe that there's microwave radiation stuff. From my understanding, they just bang the walls and they vibrate it so many times because when they hit the wall so hard that it vibrates. And they keep stomping the floor to literally it's vibrating, meaning your body actually slightly moves or you can actually feel the vibration because they hit the wall so hard. And so they're not breaking the wall. They're not breaking the wall. the wall is still there. It's not like a real punch. Like if you were gonna like, oh, I'm gonna fight someone who would like punch, you would punch the wall in a hole, or you would damage your wall. So it's not really that bad. It's just a mild little banging. It's kind of like you spank a table or something like that. You just like a slap, like banging like that. And so they do like that a little bit, and you get kind of sensitized to it. The burning sensation in the skin. I'm just trying to make an explanation of why you see stuff online where people believe in this conspiracy theory, and I'm not trying to make fun of them. In a way, I did definitely look it up a little bit to, because of the fact that I was seeing some weird stuff, and now I understand that it's programmed. These people have, done. They're just doing like little annoying things to get people sensitized. Okay, so the hand signal, and it all ties together to why I end up getting confused. And the burning sensation, I would say, like, there have been moments where I actually felt like I've been burned. Not literally, but like I understand why some people believe in the microwave hearing or microwave radiation stuff. That's what people claim. I'm not gonna. There's some websites that you spend money to protect yourself from microwave, because I don't really. I do believe that there could be computer hacking legally or illegally. I'm not sure. Obviously, Patriot Act. So if you're on the Patriot Act, then yeah, that would be legal. There you go. Well, computer phone. Now, if you're not on the Patriot Act, it's still possible in that, like, somebody that works at the police station or somebody who has a hobby to like look at people's stuff could be just doing it for fun. So that's how it's possible in that aspect. Though, I mean, these people do follow you to the point to where you start getting a little bit confused. You do feel like you're being bugged, because it's like, even if you go far away, like I said, I've never done a vacation, but I am going to do it for, not that I need to, in the sense that, like, everything you need, like, you just do everything in Los Angeles, San Diego. You just find something in an attraction, like if you wanted to go out or something. Or I could get right here in San Bernardino County. I don't need to really go out, But I'm gonna do that one time just to prove to myself that I am being followed. Because I know that I 100%. I knew if I wanted to like do Hawaii or something, they're gonna be there, because it's that bad. They will they will literally, I mean, they will go in the airplane with you. They will spend money. I mean, I'm not saying I've experienced this, but they will do that. They will on a train. They will make sure. This is where sometimes I believe the computer hacking might be possible. The fact that they're able to follow you like this on a bus, where they'll be sitting through your whole ride with you. Like, how would they know if you were planning a trip? How would they know unless they computer hacked you? Or they could just follow you. This is where I don't necessarily believe in the whole 24-hour, 365 days a year, seven days a week. I do believe you're being followed, but I don't know if I would say, like, they just get people. Hey, maybe it is stalking, because I don't know. Maybe you are kind of followed. They do know where you like to go. Anywhere you like to go, that's pretty much. They tell people about things about you, so other people end up watching you. So they don't even the people that initially were your enemies or don't like you for whatever reason, they get other people involved that are there, and then you've already been gossiped about, so now everybody's talking about you, and then whatever you're doing is kind of already being watched. I know, and so you feel like you're being stalked, when in reality it goes back to the community gossip, where they trust you out so badly to the point everybody's just watching. Everybody knows you. Everybody knows you by your appearance or anything. For me, oh Lord, I'm very easy to spot. I'm very, very easy to spot. There's a lot of appearance differences that I have, in my. I'm not white. I'm not a normal weight. My hair is not normal. My nose, my lips, my skin color, my body type, the shape of it, everything. Like, I'm very easy My hair used to not like that. I used to tie it up kinky. But even nobody has bangs. Nobody has a bang. Like most, no matter what race you're talking about, they don't have bang in the front of their hair either. I mean, I have a, like, it's, most people are not overweight, especially at my age. It's not common to be overweight at my age. So there's a lot of ways for them to easily identify. A lot. When I mean a lot, a lot. So I'm very easy to spot. They could just physically, it's just, they don't need to know my name. They just can. I mean, if you think about when you're trying to identify people, like when you look in people's faces, how, let's say white, we'll just stick with white people. Forget black people. Let's say black people. You look at black people, they all look the same. Then you go into races, they kind of all look the same. The only difference is like they have a big, small, they have a fat face, or they fat, or they skinny. That's one way. But the hairstyle, like color, if they change their hair color a little bit, mostly. And then when you go ahead, sticking on there's the body type. If there's some sort of abnormality, that'd be easy to identify them. Or most people look normal, so in that case you don't really. But there are some people that would be able to stick out, and those cases would be obvious. And then when you go strictly to the face, like I said, with my hair, my bang, I have a bang, so that is, nobody has bang. Like almost only old people. It's more bangs or hair bang in your forehead. That's more of an old people. It's kind of like men with the mustache or the facial hair thing on their chin and their cheeks and all that. Like you'll see some people, they don't grow it all the way out like a bush, but they'll like do it short, like really, really short. And again, very few people do that. It's not common. But you'll see if they do it, it's more of older people, like people in their like 40s or 50s. Like younger people, they like to show off their skin all like clear and everything. And then older people, I don't know. I said most old people don't have bangs. Most old people do not have a beard or mustache. I'm just saying that you'll see it more in older people for some reason that like to do that. The thing I said about hair. Then, there's like nose or lip size. But generally, most people are similar, right? Of a race, they're pretty similar, right? If you're black, your features would be similar to other black people. If you're white, you're similar to your features similar to. So then, how do you identify based on that? That's why I said with me, it was really easy because I have a lot of differences in my appearance on, even body type and shape and all that. Is another topic I'm not going to get into. We'll just stick with that. We don't have to go into it. We don't have to go any further. But like for a person that looks totally normal, because there's some people, they just look very, very normal. And that type of person, how they would identify you, they would probably say what color shirt you're wearing that day. Or something like, if you really look very normal to where you'd blend in, you just look like everybody else. Your age, obviously, is it young or is it old? Tall or short, if that was the figure. If you look very normal, and, you blend in with your culture. Like they would have, they have to use the color of your pants and the color of your shirt or a bag you were wearing that day and be like, they're wearing this. That would pretty much be how they have to identify you for that day. Or car, what car you drive. That would be your driver light, the color of the car, the style of the name, brand, as well as the license. Most importantly, the license plate. So that would be kind of their like cue. You're coming. Your address, where you live, make sure your name, birthday, all that stuff, so that they know and identify you, and then they memorize your face so that they know what you look like. Yeah. So for me, like I said, I was very easy, to identify visibly. But for someone that's not, then they would have to actually train their eyes. And most, like I said, the license plate for your car. If you have one. I don't know. They'll just, your name. Just memorize you by your name, right? People, you get a name and you have the face associated with a particular name, so you just associate the name with the face, and I guess that's how you do it. So, the weird part is like, how do we identify people? It's weird because if you think about a particular race and a person of the same age, or similar age and similar appearance, how you'd be able to identify them. If you ever look at some people, they look very similar. If you look very closely, the nose, the lips, the facial structure, the neck. The height might not be exactly, that might be like off by like 1 or 2 inches, but that could be a way to identify. But you know, if you look really hard, there are people that look people look very similar to other people, you know, with the only difference being weight. For some people, not always. It depends on the particular person or shape. So, I don't know, it's just kind of weird how these people like to identify us and stuff like that and create, I don't know, a way to kind of like distinguish us and things of that nature. So, anyways, alright, thanks and bye.